As Commander Stent of the Empire of the Hand says in the Hand of Thrawn duology about the unknown regions, there are 100 different threats out there that would freeze your blood if you knew about them. Today we're going to be talking about one of those threats, the Lugubraa, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing incorrectly. The Lugubraa are a large, 1.5-meter tall, ravenous, leech-like creatures which came from the Stratos distribution, an area within the unknown regions. The author's cut online notes The Essential Guide to Warfare refers to them also as the Faceless Mouths and Eater of Worlds, said by the Gree to have been one of the two curses unleashed by the Rakata, which brought down the Celestials, an ancient race of essentially all-powerful beings. They primarily exist to devour and expand their horde, especially from 0 to 6 months, where they reach their full-grown state after about a week, but remain basically with animal-level intelligence at best. From 6 months to 50 years of age, which very few of them reach, they maintain a low level of intelligence but are capable of basic speech. After 50 years of age, however, they can become more intelligent and can take positions as essentially managers of their horde, as a Lugubraa named Logrumbo did. Despite the obvious risks of hiring a horde of devouring leeches to do any kind of labor, which seem to have, this was a role they commonly served considering their strength and low intelligence, with organizations paying the more intelligent Lugubraa, while the less intelligent ones were paid in food to keep their employers from becoming the food. At an unclear point in galactic history, the book they're from says it's 300 years before the present, but because it's a multi-era book, it's not entirely clear what that means. My best guess was that it's the Imperial period, so 300 years before about the Battle of Endor or the Rise of the Empire. The Lugubraa were introduced to the worlds of the Croak, another group within the unknown regions, by a faction within the Croak's own civil wars, where they predictably began preying not only on the enemies of those Croak, but the worlds of those who brought the species for their service as well. Eventually, the Croak sought out the service of the Kaminoans to make a new subspecies of Lugubraa, which became known as the Blind Berserkers, hoping that this new subspecies would be able to fight off the original Lugubraa. In a further twist that nobody expected, the Blind Berserkers became just as big of a problem for the Croak as the Lugubraa, and serve as a lesson for us all about the dangers of invasive species. Like, seriously, how did any of them think this would work? The Blind Berserkers expanded into other surrounding planets, including being hired to assault a planet named Niorta during the Clone Wars, where the native Niortians began to cybernetically alter themselves into Niortian living weapons, a group which included a future bounty hunter named Daharhan. This was, unfortunately, not enough to defeat the Leech Legions, and the planet succumbed to them eventually. This is the last we hear about the Lugubraa, but without anyone to have explicitly have defeated them, it's entirely possible that they were still out there as late as the Legacy era, although with the Empire of the Hand's growth in the unknown regions, Thrawn's secret empire, they would have provided a potential way to stop the Lugubraa. That's going to do it for this look at one of the many threats of the unknown regions. If you have any suggestions for other videos, or if you'd like to see more about the unknown regions, let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to cover as much as possible. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.